Picture this, a major insurance company. The IT team spends months, literal months, putting together this detailed, thoughtful budget. And then what happens? The executive team comes in and just slashes it by 20%, arbitrarily. They have no real clue what projects are being sacrificed, and the result? It's not savings, I can tell you that. It was a completely demoralized IT team and a whole portfolio of underfunded projects that were doomed to fail. This is the classic sign of a system that is just structurally broken.
So, here's our roadmap to fix this thing. First, we're going to dissect what we call the blame game. Then, we'll introduce a pretty radical new model to replace it. We'll show you exactly how it works in the real world, and then we'll give you an actionable playbook. And it all leads up to one powerful question you can ask to spark change this Monday morning.
So why is this tension so common? I mean, it feels like it's everywhere, right? Well, it is absolutely crucial to understand this isn't a people problem. Your teams aren't incompetent, and they're not trying to work against each other. The issue is structural. It's baked into the traditional and frankly flawed relationship between business and technology.
And this slide just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? From the business side, the view is IT is a slow, expensive bottleneck. But from IT's perspective, it's the business is chaotic, they have an endless, unfocused wish list. This dynamic, it doesn't just create frustration. It literally burns money, it exhausts your best people, and it dooms projects before they even get off the ground.
So how do we break this cycle? How do you get out of this doom loop? Well, the solution isn't some tiny incremental fix. Nope, it requires a radical shift in thinking, a complete flip of the script on who holds the power and who holds the accountability for technology investments.
And here's the core idea. It's simple, but it is profound. Business-led IT governance. The principle couldn't be clearer. IT exists to serve the business, period, not the other way around. So accountability for what you spend on technology must belong to the business leaders, the ones who own the P&L. They get the budget, and they get the final say on how every single dollar is invested.
And this one shift, it's transformative. The entire conversation changes. The question just stops being, why is IT so expensive? And it becomes, are we, the business, making the smartest possible investments with our technology dollars? You see that? The focus moves from this tactical, short-sighted cost-cutting to real, strategic value creation.
Okay, so how do you actually make this a reality? Because this isn't just some philosophy, right? It's a practical framework, and it's built on 4 key pillars that completely redefine the roles and responsibilities for everyone involved. So these 4 pillars make everything crystal clear. Number 1, IT's new role is to act as an expert consultant. They provide options with clear costs and risks. Number 2, a council of business leaders. They become the customer. They're the ones making the tough trade-off decisions. 3, everybody starts using a common, objective language to evaluate projects based on merit, not politics. And 4, the big one, accountability for the outcomes now rests squarely with that business council.
The contrast here is just so powerful. On the left, you've got the old adversarial model, a negotiation built on total mistrust. On the right, you have a collaborative partnership. This is where business leaders are deciding how to invest their budget to achieve their goals, and IT is right there beside them, serving as a trusted, strategic advisor. It's a whole new world.
The vision is clear, but okay, how do you actually get there? This isn't just theory. Here is a practical, 3-step playbook you can use to start implementing this model in your own organization.
All right, implementation really comes down to 3 concrete steps. First, you form the investment council, and this is crucial. Make sure a business leader, not the CIO, chairs it. That signals the shift in ownership. Second, you give them the actual discretionary project budget. This can't be pretend. They need real authority. And third, you redefine the CIO's role. They go from being a gatekeeper to an educator, training the council on how to make really smart technology investment decisions.
Of course, this isn't a magic wand. You have to be aware of the pitfalls. Some business leaders, they might resist this new accountability. Your IT team might need some training to become those effective consultants. And this is a big one, you absolutely must separate the discretionary investment budget from the non-discretionary, keep the lights on operational costs. The council's job is strategic investment, not managing day-to-day operations.
So how do you measure success? How do you know this is actually working? We'll track this simple but incredibly powerful metric, the locus of budgetary argument. In those prioritization meetings, who is debating whom? If it's business versus IT, well, you're still stuck in the old model. But if your head of sales and your head of manufacturing are debating the relative business value of their projects, you know you've succeeded.
That's the sound of a healthy system. So, this brings us to the most crucial step of all, taking action. Frameworks are great, but real change starts with a single move. Here is the one question that can kickstart this entire transformation for you. This Monday, I want you to ask your CIO and your CFO this one direct question. Who is ultimately accountable for the success of our IT project portfolio? Is it the CIO, or is it the business leaders whose goals that portfolio is supposed to serve? The answer you get, or maybe the silence that you get, will tell you everything you need to know about where you are today and exactly where the work needs to begin.
And we'll leave you with this. This is the ultimate test of this model. Could your head of marketing confidently stand in front of her team and explain why the council chose to fund a big supply chain project instead of her shiny new analytics tool? When every single one of your leaders can articulate the strategic reason for investments outside their own department, that's when you'll know you've built what matters most. One team making unified, strategic decisions for the good of the entire company.